When I went to pick up my drunk brother, I accidentally overheard him asking his best friend Shane, "So when are you finally going to bring that mystery girlfriend out of hiding?" My heart clenched. We'd been secretly dating for 2 years and still hadn't told my brother. The next second, Shane's liquor-laced voice drifted over. "What's the point? Just fooling around, nothing serious." I went ice cold, raised my hand, and knocked on the door. Everyone looked at me. "What are you doing here?" Miles stubbed out his cigarette, patted the seat beside him for me to sit. "Driver's on leave. Mom and Dad made me come get you." Miles nodded, then announced to the room, "Put the smokes out. My sister can't stand the smell." His friends teased, "Oh, big bro's so protective. What happens hen she gets a boyfriend?" Miles laughed a curse and ruffled my hair. "Don't even think about it. Our Marn's clean and sweet, not like you filthy animals." Everyone cracked up. A stranger in the corner drawled, "Come on, none of us good enough for you?" Miles swept the room, finally landing on silent Shane, and joked, "If I had to pick, Shane's the only one who'd pass. Get a bonus brother-in-law out of it." But after what he just said, better spare my sister. He was only clowning, voice casual. Shane's face darkened. He glanced at me, then looked away. "Cut it out. I think of Maren like a little sister." "A real little sister?" I stared at the tense line of his profile, tears stinging. "Maren." Miles's voice yanked me back. "Why are you spacing out at Shane?" I jerked my gaze away and bit my trembling lip. The crowd kept joking, "Don't fall for pretty boy Shane, he's bad news." "Yeah, sis, he just lost a drinking game." We asked what he likes in a girlfriend. "Young, easy to handle, sweet, no drama." "Real romantic, huh?" We thought he was serious, but guess what? He only dated her because she groveled so hard he felt sorry for her. And he won't show her off. Either he's scared we'll steal her or he's already planning the breakup. He admitted it. Enough. Shane cut them off, voice low. He slammed his glass on the table. The room fell silent. Awkwardness settled like dust. Miles, closest to him, frowned. "What's wrong? Just told you Jade's flying home. Suddenly you're pissed?" My heart skipped. "Jade is coming back." Shane lit another cigarette, took a drag, remembered me, and tossed it into the ice bucket. "Why bring her up?" Miles smirked like an elder statesman. "Stop pretending. If you don't care about your hidden girlfriend, it's because Jade's still stuck in your head." Everyone knew he had a girl stashed away. No one knew it was me. At every gathering he'd step aside to take her calls, report his plans, send flowers and gifts weekly no matter how busy. Even Miles once muttered to me, "Shane's honestly whipped by some chick." I'd looked calm, felt honey-sweet. To years of perfect romance. The catch, he wanted it kept secret. If Miles learned his best friend was dating his sister, the psycho otaku brother would lose it. I believed him. Until I heard the truth with my own ears. "Just playing, no need to introduce her." Panic swallowed me, my eyes burned. I mumbled bathroom and bolted. The moment the door shut, the tears fell. Luckily the bar was loud, no one heard me sob. My phone buzzed. "Shane, outside when you're ready." Only 10 minutes had passed since I'd arrived giddy. I felt yanked into icy sea water, shivering, hands shaking. I couldn't digest it. How could the guy I thought loved me back never been serious? Dating me had been charity. His heart had always belonged to someone else. Needles pricked my heart. I waited until I could breathe, wiped my face with a scratchy paper towel, and walked out. Shane was leaning against the wall waiting. Tears threatened again. We hadn't seen each other in a month. He'd been overseas. Today was his first day back. Tomorrow was supposed to be our reunion. I'd come tonight because I couldn't wait. He stepped closer, studied my red eyes, finally murmured, "Sorry." Funny word, sorry. When a guy forgets an anniversary, one soft sorry fixes everything. When the crime is fundamental, it's the emptiest sound in the world. No explanation, just a verdict that the love is dead. "Shane, don't you have anything to say about what I heard?" He wouldn't meet my eyes. "Why so touchy? Guys trash talk. Don't make drama. I've been an okay boyfriend, haven't I? Am I too sensitive?" Maybe sensitive people drown in double the pain. Tears rolled again. He reached to wipe them. I turned away. I drew a shaky breath. "If you love Jade, why mess with me?" At her name his face blackened, voice cold. "You always knew I liked her. Stop the innocent act." The room was warm, but I couldn't breathe. My chest felt gripped. The heater's blast made me dizzy. First time I'd mentioned her, and the gentle Shane I knew vanished. Stranger standing in his place. Jade was his forbidden zone. I wanted to scream, but my throat locked. A ringtone cut. An overseas number, no contact. Gut said, "Jade." His eyes lit. He strode past me to answer. Within 10 seconds. Can't keep her waiting. Over the bass I heard his fading tender tone. "Jade, see? My gut's always right. Only it never warned me Shane didn't love me." Back in the box, Miles was still dissecting Shane. "Guy never snaps no matter how we roast him. Tonight? Must be Jade." Miles sipped lazily. "What else? Drunk. Dial her name for years. Flew to Europe to see her secretly. Came back wrecked. Wouldn't tell me why. Then he got a girlfriend. Seemed to move on. I thought the wound healed until he heard Jade's coming back. Looked right through me. I've never seen Shane drunk, never heard him call another girl's name, never knew he'd chased her overseas. They went on, the love letter he never gave her at her debut, the stack of her first edition albums he bought, so much I didn't know. I kept my face still while nails bit my palm. Only the playboy of the group muttered, "Pity his real girlfriend 2 years down the drain." I faked rubbing my eyes to catch the tears. Miles turned to me, suddenly grave. "So, Maren, don't ever trust men." Even Miles had almost believed Shane's act. He'd reeled me into his pretty lie, then shattered it with one careless sorry. I nodded, voice tiny, right? Never again. Shane never came back. Miles called to check on him. After hanging up he cursed, jerk took off planning Jade's welcome home banquet the minute she called middle of the night, I swear. Everyone laughed except me. Maybe my presence cramped the gossip, the party broke up fast. Miles was drunk. I wrestled him into the convertible passenger seat. He babbled childhood memories, words slurred. "You were this tiny sprout, now you're big enough to drive your big brother home." I'd just gotten my license, gripping the wheel. He kept mumbling, still the quiet one. "Same age, same house as Jade, yet you two are night and day. Maren, you're my sister. You can whine, act out, be a brat." Out of the corner of my eye I thought he'd passed out. My mind flicked backward. I'd always been the quiet one, never whined, never clung. They call Miles a siscon, but we hadn't always been close. Can't blame him, hood like a shadow, especially beside sparkling Jade. Miles, Shane, everyone favored her. They took her to arcades, firefly hunts, fruit picking, never asked me. Even names showed distance. She was cuddly Jade, I was formal Maren. When we played make-believe, Jade cast herself as princess and the boys her princes and dwarves. I got handed the mop, only one princess. Maren, you can be her maid. I was the dull background except Shane saw me. At 10 Jade dragged everyone into a drama, write wishes, bury the bottles. Dig them up years later, they fetched paper and shovels. I stood behind, silent. I wanted a bottle to. No one asked. They pinched Jade's cheeks, called her a silly romantic, yet kept shoveling. Miles assumed I hung back because I wasn't interested. Truth, I was afraid standing closer would still leave me invisible, hurt more. But Shane noticed, squatting, he caught my watery eyes. "Maren, want to write one too? Girls like this stuff, right? I can dig another hole." Jade was born magnetic, soaking up adoration. I wasn't. Shane's cautious offer I still remember. Those rare crumbs of kindness stacked up became a girl's secret love. Yes, I knew he'd liked Jade, his favorite cello piece, her recital at 18. The dish he perfected, her favorite, his gaze had always trailed her. I watched from behind. Still I loved him at 12, him shining at 24, too bright to resist. After Jade left for college he moped, Miles invited him over. I kept barging in with fruit, math questions, anything to linger. Gradually I grew greedy, praying for real affection. It arrived 2 years ago, cheeks flushed, he whispered.